What's up, book nerds? My name is Tara and today is the very last day of Banned Books Week, so I'm here to talk about my favorite reasons for banning books. Now obviously these reasons are tongue-in-cheek because as a librarian and as an educator, I never advocate for the banning of books. I certainly advocate for personal choice in reading, but I believe that one person's personal taste should not dictate other people's personal taste, and therefore if you don't like a book, you cannot take it off the shelves for everyone else to read. So if you're unfamiliar with Banned Books Week, it is a celebration from numerous organizations of the right to read and the right to information, because every year people put in requests to challenge books and have them removed from library shelves and classroom curriculums, which is just not okay. And with these challenges come a lot of really interesting reasons why people think that particularly children shouldn't have access to certain reading material. I'm going to talk about reasons on this list that are particularly interesting to me as to why people want to remove these books. The first reason is racial themes. By racial themes, I really mean themes of racism. So people will often not want children to read a book because racism is directly addressed in the book itself. So like in To Kill a Mockingbird, people will say that they don't feel like this book is appropriate because the themes of racism are too negative for children to read. It is a really good thing for children to read about these histories in our country, and that it is important for them to understand the roots of those so that we can move forward and continue to fight those things. But some people feel like children are just better off living in a world where racism doesn't exist. The next reason is sex. Now, I'm not advocating for pornography to be in the hands of children, but for some people the line between what is and isn't pornography is a little different from my own. There are many books such as Judy Blume's Forever or Brave New World that people claim are just filthy or trashy or pornographic, when we all know that the messages that they're sending are anything but. This one is my favorite because these complaints act more as an advertisement to teens saying, "Read me." The next reason is witchcraft. We all love talking animals, but some of us are not quite sure if kids can figure out if magic is real or not. No offense to people who really do believe that magic is real, like you do you, I'm all for that, but I don't think any kids actually believe that they can wave their wand and make that coffee cup fly at them from across the room. The next reason is LGBTQIA+ themes. Often these books will be considered sexually explicit even though no kissing happens, and in fact probably nobody even holds hands or is in a relationship or anything like that, but just because there's gay people in the book, it is considered sexually explicit. Next is unsuitable to age group, and all I have to say on this is WTF does that even mean? I know a million 12-year-olds and they're all completely different from each other, and saying that a book is unsuitable for every single 12-year-old on the planet just doesn't make any sense to me. How about we let the kids decide for themselves, or the parents decide for them what is suitable for them as an individual, rather than blanket banning all books because kids are deemed too old or too young for them. And finally, the last reason, and I think the most ridiculous reason for banning books, is because of negativity. And yes, people actually do this. Negativity encompasses things like demoralizing themes, negative worldviews, and unhappy endings. For example, someone wanted to ban The Diary of Anne Frank because they felt that it was a downer. I have news for you. The entire Holocaust was a downer. That's the reason we read this book, because we want to avoid future downers. Kids need to read about it because they need to help us avoid future situations that can make you sad, Susan. So those are some of my favorite reasons for banning books. Obviously, I think that those are all terrible reasons for banning books, and I think that we should do more and have more advocacy for making sure that people have the right to read what they want in our libraries. I believe that a lot of the BookTube community agrees with me, but if you want to share your favorite reasons for banning books in the comments, feel free to do so below. And you can also subscribe if you like what you see in this video, and I will see you next time.
What if you just alienated one subscriber named Susan?
My husband says I may have...
We're sorry, Susan.
My husband says I may have alienated people named Susan. I apologize to Susans.
I should write about you and make people read it and avoid this downer moment.